Good morning, everybody, and welcome to MarketStream.live. It is August 1st, 2017, and we are starting a new trading month, and very excited about it. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group Securities offered by MoneyBlock, and this is where we take a look at all the overnight action that's occurred in Asia. Now, it was a solid session, one filled with a ton of economic data, and we're going to start off with Japan and the Nikkei. Now, Japan right now is in the stage where Prime Minister Abe is going to be making some strategic changes to his cabinet. With political uncertainty and unrest in any economy arising, this is going to be scrutinized. The changes are going to be slated to happen on August 3rd, so we're going to watch that really closely. But we're starting to see global PMIs. Now, what are PMIs? The Purchasing Managers Indices. These are these managers that purchase goods and so forth as they look out as far as future potential growth in their businesses. So they're getting ready and ramping up or ramping down based on their anticipation of growth. If you have a number that is above 50, that's forecasting some decent growth. As it dips below 50, that's a contracting type of number. That means that there's not an anticipation of heightened growth. So with the Japanese PMI coming out, we saw they came out at 52.1. That has been pretty decent. You're also seeing that the yen overnight, as we take a look at the US dollar yen pair, that is starting to firm up. That's because the US dollar, after just, again, being completely crushed over the last 2-3 months, the world is selling dollars right now. It firmed up, and you can start to see that the Japanese yen, you can use an ETF FXY. It's actually trading a little bit lower this morning, which is showing in the pre-markets why the Japanese markets were able to move to the upside. With the weakness in the Japanese yen, you're going to start to see exporters improve in price. So the Toyotas of the world and Sonys and so forth are going to have a little bit more of an upside bias if, in fact, we start to see strength coming in to the the U.S. dollar. Now, taking a look at the Shanghai Composite, there's plenty going on in mainland China, and we're going to have to watch this one very closely. What was notable overnight was that the Caxian PMI came out at 51.1, so it's now above 50, and so you're starting to see anticipation of growth by Chinese purchasing managers. What's also important to watch is the People's Bank of China formally came out and basically said that there were, at some large institutions, they had found 40 different types of violations that have to be fixed basically over the next 6 months. We've been talking about since December. You can go back and look at the overnight action report. We've been talking about since December that the People's Bank of China has been scrutinizing the balance sheets of insurance companies, banks, and any type of institution where there is either lending or borrowing. And they have been tightening up those standards for the last 8 months. Well, it's now coming to fruition and very public. Let's see how that actually improves the markets. You can see the Shanghai Composite overnight up 19. You also saw similar action in the Hang Seng in Hong Kong with these tightening standards, with these violations now out and being addressed. It looks like the markets have continued to move to the upside. The bulls are clearly in control. You can see a cyclical shift, too, into these Asian markets. Taking a look at India, you saw that their PMI came in at 47.9. Now, the estimate was coming in at 50.04. You're seeing a little bit of a contraction here. That actually has stalled what has been a pretty decent rally. But the upside has been a challenge. Let's watch the Sensex very closely. As a matter of fact, you can watch EPI. This is an ETF that tracks the Indian markets. It's trading up about a penny in the pre-markets this morning at 26.46. But I want to watch this activity very closely. With this contraction below 50, now with the PMI at 47.9, I want to watch this very closely in India. This has been one of the better performing indices in Asia. All right, folks, that's it for the overnight action report in Asia. I'm going to be back online, and we're going to be talking about everything that's happening in Europe here at MarketStream.live. See you then.